Come on, turn on now. There we go.
Stocks are down today. What?
It's Monday.
Monday? What does that mean?
Everybody likes Mondays.
Been up for 2 hours. Who's gonna be first? It's me!
Oh, you got beat. Just kidding.
What's up, Todd? Dude. Be careful out in Oregon. D-Ray?
Brad says, what's up?
Can't hear you, dude. Sound like you're talking to yourself. Gently mumbling.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
You are hearing us talk.
You are hearing me talk. All right. Everything's looking good. Thanks everybody for joining us on the live stream. We're getting set up here, getting ready to do shoe. Really good shoe. Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Dave, have I told you about the coronavirus smell and taste?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Me and my brother, we
changing.
text back and forth all the
Yeah.
time. He's like, I don't know what it was, but I just smelled coronavirus. It's like when you have, after you have it, and you lose your sense of taste and smell, like things taste and smell weird now,
Right,
you know?
Right.
And so
But you
it tastes
taste
like it smell.
it has a taste?
It's like this weird, I don't know, it's a weird taste, you know? Like toothpaste is
crazy.
gross. Bread. A lot of breads are gross. I just
Well,
had some
maybe you'll
ciabatta
just
bread.
go on
That
keto
was
now.
pretty good. Go keto?
Yeah, just go keto since you don't
I
like
can't
bread.
go keto. Keto kills my stomach.
You're doing lazy keto. You're not doing good keto.
No, my body does not digest fats very well. Like,
well,
ever
that's,
since the
yeah,
gallbladder stuff,
that's
you know?
true. That's understandable. That's
Yeah,
understandable.
Best I ever looked was when I went on a low-fat diet, you know? I didn't look, you know when you lose weight and you still kind of look fat, like fat skinny versus skinny. It was weird. I was like 195 pounds, but I was on a low fat diet. So I actually looked skinny versus, just doing like a low calorie diet where I just look fat skinny.
I kind of know what you mean. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably start. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to start rolling.
Yeah, me too.
Rolling here.
Test.
Fasting is the ultimate life hack.
Okay.
One meal a day, man. 45 pounds down. Fitting to run my half marathon next Sunday.
You do your OMAD? Is that what
Nice.
you've been doing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
One meal a day, keto, and running.
See, I need that. I have a hard time. Like, I need the morning. Like, the breakfast is the most important meal to me.
That's
you
because
know?
you don't drink
And
coffee.
I can eat
That's the
because
problem.
I don't drink coffee.
That's the
Right.
problem.
Right.
Thanks, yo.
I don't know. But the Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Let's get started.
Yeah. Everybody rolling?
Rolling.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do a sync clap, which will be 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3.
Beautimus.
Hey. Almost finished this whole energy drink before the show. See how that goes.
The monster's not breaking your fast. It's 0 cal. Or it's zero.
I haven't had an issue with it messing with it, but does that include if it's a 0 carb, 0 everything?
I think you can do up to like, I don't know, 30 or 50 calories before
There's
you start
a debate
breaking.
on that, though. There's a debate.
Calories do matter.
Well,
If you have a 3,000 calorie one meal, like all week, you're gonna gain weight.
no. He's talking about in the fast.
Oh, okay. If it tastes
Yeah.
sweet at all.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
Proven by science.
Can't argue with that.
There's a debate whether or not you should drink
I
coffee.
heard about it on the internet, therefore it must be true.
There's a debate whether or not you should drink coffee or not, or even if you put like a splash, like a little dab of creamer in it, you know, if it breaks it or not. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so far so good.
So far, I've gotten pretty good at gaining weight. I'm good at gaining weight.
That's
It's
the
like
easy.
best.
That's the easy thing,
The
man.
thing that I'm best at is gaining weight.
All right, we should start the
All
show.
right. Yeah.
Like 10 minutes in. It's funny. All right, we did the clap. We're ready to go. All right, cool. What's up, and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
I'm Matt, and joining us today, you may not know his name, but I guarantee you know his work. Joining us is Tom Coben.
Hello.
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Questions, comments, concerns, grievances, queries, topic ideas, artist suggestions, and what have you. Like this one from Oliver King, who says, Hey y'all. Was wondering,
Hey, y'all.
what's the right way to get rid of default lighting in Octane C4D? I always just put an empty HDRI object in there, but it feels wrong. I always put in a black color, but that's just me.
Dave does this, and this is something that a lot of people don't know because this will actually mess with your lighting. Even if you have a black sky in there, you need to go into your settings and you need to go into your environment and you need to set that to black. And that will be 100% black. And you can save that as your default. I do that a lot.
Oh, really? I want
Yeah.
that as my default.
Because I have found like the default, like white or whatever, like, you know how you can just see everything as soon as you start Octane. Like sometimes even when you're lighting with a black sky, it'll still show a little, it'll do the bounces a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm. Matt, I think
Interesting.
you are on your webcam mic for Skype. just
Oh,
letting you know.
on for Skype?
I
Okay.
hope not
Yeah,
on
sorry,
the other
let's
one.
switch that. No, it's not. I checked it right before the
Okay,
show.
cool. So while you're doing that,
How's this? Is this nice?
oh, that sounds
Is
so
that
much
your
better.
now? All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
The other thing he said is also, who is Mograph memes? Personally, my money's on Noseman.
You think Noseman? Really?
Yeah,
I
that's
I
what
don't
he
know.
said. That's not what I've said. That's what he said.
That's what he said. Okay.
No, I don't think it's Noseman.
Okay.
I don't think Noseman is into the
No.
memes like that.
I don't think he is either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. My money would be on like Teddy Gage or Casey Hupke.
I could see Casey Hupke.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you
It's
think
like
it's somebody we know
like
for real, or do you think it's?
Maybe. I have a feeling we know him.
Yeah,
What if it's more than one person?
that's
Yeah,
true.
it could be multiple.
Could be a whole bunch of people.
It could be a studio. Like,
Could be a whole studio.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about Noseman.
Nah, I don't think Noseman. Yeah.
He's more likely to be a James Bond villain.
Noseman, yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Somebody asked him the other day, like, I don't think he understood the question, or maybe he just didn't hear it on Skype on the Maxon broadcast the other day. Somebody said, "Can you say I expect you to die, Mr. Bond?" And and he said, "Bond, James Bond." Like, he didn't even. I don't think he understood like what they were asking. That they were implying that he looks like that one dude. I forget the guy's name. He's one of the Bond villains or whatever. There's this one actor that Noseman looks like a lot like.
Yeah.
I'll have to find. If somebody knows what I'm talking about or who I'm talking about, post it in the chat. I'll have to find. We'll do a side-by-side photo comparison.
Add that to the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Mograph.com. Make sure that you mash that subscribe button and ding that bell and whatnot, what the kids are doing these days while they're playing Fall Guys. I don't know.
All guys. It's good. It's a good show. It's a good game.
I haven't played it yet.
I love it.
It's pretty good. It's fun.
It is fun.
It's addicting because, all the games are so short, As soon as I hate this is the one thing I also hate about like games like whatchamacallit. What's the Fortnite, You die, it's over.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Yep.
You die, it's over, and then you gotta wait to start a new game. It's like that
Battle
waiting
Royale.
time for it to repopulate and stuff like that. It's like that's boring. Like, at least give me like a mini game or something while I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool.
Yeah, man. Noseman has some great headshots, man.
Are you trying to? Are you
This
doing a
is when
side
he
by
was on The
side?
Guardian. That
Wait,
article on Noseman.
That's Ben Kingsley. That's
I know.
not Noseman.
I know. That's yeah.
It's funny.
Anywho, so I heard that Fall Guys actually has really good music. That's what I'm looking forward to hearing.
Does it?
Like, apparently, like the music is
It's
really
intense.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't know.
It gets it keyed up a little bit.
Yeah. Dope bass lines and such.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
So we've been we're interested to talk to you, Tom. There's a couple things from this week that we're gonna just kind of wrap up here from the previous week. We've been putting on a lot of content though. There's really not much to do because
I know.
we're between all these
like,
episodes. It's like
hey,
one day.
week wrap up.
Yeah.
Since Tuesday or since 2 days
Friggin'
ago.
Saturday, man. We were on Saturday. So if you missed it, we've been we've put out, including this show in the last 7 days, 4 episodes in the last 7 days.
Yeah.
So make sure that you check some of that stuff out. There's the Many Hues of Mograph Part 2, which was last Thursday. That was really great. And then Brandon came on Saturday, and he was talking to us about SIGGRAPH and everything SIGGRAPH. So that was great. Now, leading up to IBC, I was hoping to get a time on this because I don't know what time IBC is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be at the usual time or if they're going to go by Europe time on that. But hopefully we'll get.
I don't know why they wouldn't go by European time.
Well, I don't know if they're trying to broadcast to that audience or to this audience, so maybe we'll find out. Kevin's in the chat. Maybe he can find out for me. And we could tell everybody, because what's going to happen is next Monday is a holiday. We will be having a show.
What holiday is it?
Next Monday is Labor Day.
Labor Day. Okay.
Yeah. Rick says normal time, 8:30 a.m. Pacific start. Okay, so it will be it will be on the usual max on start time. And so we're going to have a Monday show, and then through the week there will be streams for IBC. So make sure you check that out, 3D Motion Show. And let's see, anything else? I've been enjoying the takes system a lot.
Takes are
this week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, takes are so great.
Mm-hmm.
Like it once you finally it took me a little bit to wrap my head around takes.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, when takes first came out, man, I made a lot of money off of that because
I know what you're saying.
we had a client I had just left my full-time job to do Nexus Motion full-time, and we had a project that only I knew, so they freelanced us out to do it. And the hard thing about it was, you had to go through and it was all just changing materials, for like 3 different things. And so you'd put all the materials on, you'd save it, save as, blah, blah, blah. You do a new material, save as, do new materials, save as, And so you'd have to create like 125 different projects and then put them into a queue. Well, I didn't tell them we had the new version because they were on the old version. And so I just used takes and I got it done in like, I don't know, half a day. And I charged them like a week's worth of time for it. It's all right. That company's out of business now.
Yeah.
So I can talk about it.
Because they weren't using takes.
Right? They weren't using takes.
That's right. They weren't efficient enough. Yeah. So I mean, of course I've used it before, but I've never really used it in bulk before. And there was a token that I was looking for because, you got the different render tokens, right? And what I really wanted to find was something that would take the name of the parent, because I was working with this, I don't have it with me, but this acoustic insulation foam stuff, right? And in fact, hopefully, I think the client has said they're going to do a logo, a Mograph logo I can put up here that's actually like acoustic material, but in the shape of our logo. It's going to be awesome. And so the whole thing is there are these different types of, I don't know what you call them, different types of designs for these different types of things. And it's like heavily NDA'd right now, but the different patterns and different types of colors of foam and materials that are inside of them vary, but they're always based off of these 10 different materials. So what I did was I set up those 10 materials as a sub take, and then I copied all those takes over and over and over again. And then I, at the parent of all those groups of takes, I gave them a name, like, this type of device number 1, or this type of configuration with these different lights, or whatever it is, right? So you have the sub takes and they're all ready to go, and you're just copying and pasting a lot of stuff. And what I found incredibly useful for this was if you have a Cineversity membership and you get the CV, it's called the CV parent take. It's a token. Then it will take the name of the parent take and then tack on the color. So it's like, this is this thing in this color. This is this thing in this color. And that made it so much easier. I was like, I know there's got to be something in there. I think Ace 5 Studios was doing a tutorial and not really talking about it, but actually it had a drop down talking about takes, and I saw it in there, and I'm like, that's the take I need. And I know that it's not there by default. I feel like that should be in Cinema by default. That's super useful. And there's another one that
tokens are awesome.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of stuff that comes with it, like a bunch of, like, it's a token package or something. So make sure you check that out. I just, I never really got that into it.
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't know what it was. I never really had the need to go that deep, but man, is that a time saver. Instead of multiple projects and somebody changes something in one project, they change one material and then you have to copy and paste it into all your other projects.
Yeah. Yeah. Even like changes to different animations and stuff. Like instead of doing 2 projects, we recently had this one where it was like a, walkthrough of a like a booth, like a whatchamacallit, like a trade show booth, and so doing one take and then having other parts that were animating within that and being able to keep it all in one project was really nice. The
only thing that it didn't seem to pick up on was the Mograph selection tag doesn't seem to be affected by it.
Oh yeah,
that's the one thing I had, because I went through, there are these multiple tiles, ceiling tiles, and some of them needed to be gone at certain times, and they were put in there using a Mograph cloner object. Well, I would say, okay, in this take, turn off these 4 tiles for this piece of material, and then when I would change it in another take, it wouldn't flip flop. So of course the easy solution around that is just to have, 2 or 3 different versions of those tiles
Yeah.
and just do it
Yeah.
that way. But it would be cool if it affected it that way too, because then you could just change Mograph configurations on the fly like that. It'd be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that'd be neat.
Yeah.
That would be neat.
The same's true with like material order, right? Like I feel like I've done that where I've tried
Yeah.
to do a different take where I
Oh.
change them, or have the the top material change,
Yeah.
but instead I'll just do
2 different
5 or 10.
versions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That makes sense. I mean, that
You
kind of
can
makes
change.
sense why it doesn't
You
work
can
that
change
way.
the actual material, I believe. Can't you?
You could change
like
the
if you-
settings of them.
yeah.
Yeah. But you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, you
I don't
can.
know. I know I was just trying to stack a bunch of materials and then just have it be the one active material.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great
Yeah.
because some of these had varied color temperatures. So I'd go into Octane and I would change the color temperature based on scene,
Yeah,
and that would
that's
all
cool.
update, So
Yeah.
really, really cool. It's like a little late to the game. Oh, have you heard of takes?
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, have you heard
But-
of the Mograph cloner?
right. But anyway, we're going to talk about you, Tom. Let's start at the beginning. Let's go back into the Wayback Machine. And I want to know how you got your start. We met you.
Sure.
You were kind of probably, I guess at this point, about to have some stuff go viral, I think, when we originally met you. And so tell us about before we met you, how you got started, whether or not you went to school, that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I've just currently I'm a freelancer doing various motion things, a lot of 3D, mostly 3D, some kind of 2D stuff. But before that, yeah, I was always interested in animation just as a kid and all that stuff. I would do like stop motion claymation stuff all the time, and I didn't go to school for animation. I went to Lawrence University in Wisconsin as a liberal arts school. I was an environmental studies major, but when I went there, I was
Environmental studies, huh?
yeah, yep,
That's fun.
yeah, and I liked it a lot. But even before I went, I knew I was interested in film and some other stuff. I mean, I thought I would actually go into film after college, but then and there were some basic kind of film production classes. There was more film theory and stuff like that, which was cool too. But yeah, like when I was there, I actually had some pretty cool opportunities. Just because the curriculum is all the professors were really chill, so I could basically I started becoming really interested in Cinema 4D. I started using that at school, and I just asked one of my we had a digital processes class, which is basically just like it was just an art class where you learn how to use use a computer. And I just basically asked them to do if I could do like an independent study to kind of just learn, like take a semester to just like learn visual effects and stuff like that. And so that's kind of how I did a short film that has a lot of visual effects in it, and it looks terrible now, but I love I worked really hard on it at the time, and it's great. And I learned how to do 3D tracking and add some stuff to scenes and things like that. And that's kind of where I sort of got started with kind of the animation and stuff like that. So and then I had another class. I was taking just a basic sculpture class at the time.
Cool.
And I took one term of that, and then the next term I asked my sculpture professor if I could take sculpture too, but do a lot of my sculpting in 3D.
That's funny.
And he's like, yeah, whatever, sure, that's cool. And then it's like, yeah, I'm not really taking sculpture, but that's fine. I was just in that class and making 3D sculpts and putting them into videos.
I'm jealous of you. I want to take an actual real life sculpting class really bad.
It's really fun. Yeah, totally. I really liked it. Anyway, so after that, I kind of did some freelance work just after college, and I moved out to the East Coast for a little while. I worked at a video production company, just kind of basic video production, did a lot of mostly just kind of talking head interview stuff, or we actually did a lot of trial support for attorneys, so we would do a lot of taping of depositions and stuff, which was not very fun.
Oh, I have.
I used to do that.
I feel like we've all done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So travel around Connecticut and take video depositions for like 9 hours, and then
Man, how do you stay awake?
I know.
dude, it was hard.
I got in trouble for
it's not
falling
very fun.
asleep one time.
Did you really?
Yeah. It was just, I mean, what do you do? You're sitting there behind a camera for like freaking 9 hours, and I mean, I was just a college
Not giving
student.
two craps about what they're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I paid enough attention to keep them in frame. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But but the cool thing about the fact that that company had all those relationship with attorneys and stuff was that they knew I was interested in animation, so I ended up doing a lot of accident reconstruction animation,
Oh, cool.
like in Cinema 4D,
Cool.
for like attorneys. So car crashes, or usually like through some weird personal injury cases where like
Mhm.
I don't know. I did one where like a pallet of like crates fell on a guy in a it was a like a Home Depot or something.
Mhm.
Did you use dynamics
like-
for it?
I think I keyframed that one.
Yeah.
But I would work with like forensics people, and they would give me a lot of calculations if there was like you have to get the cars going at the right speed, and it was usually pretty it wasn't used for it was usually used for settlement purposes, so it often wasn't times like evidence necessarily, but
Right.
there was a couple of times where it was used as like demonstrative evidence in like cases and stuff.
Mhm.
Did a couple of trajectory cases on like murder trials, and which are pretty wild. I actually I had to go on the stand one time as an
I was gonna
animator,
ask
which
you.
is-
Uh-huh.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened once, and it was kind of nerve wracking because they
Yeah.
they told me like, oh, you'll be on for 10 minutes. It's just to like
Yeah.
say what animation is basically. And I
Yeah.
was on the stage on the stand for like an hour and a half because they I was trying to like,
Jeez.
it was weird. They're just trying to discredit the animation,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
and like I was just like I'm
I
just
want the
like,
truth. I
Yeah.
want the truth.
Yeah.
but
I'm just the
it was,
animator.
they're asking questions like, it's like, so how much are you animating and how much is the computer animating? I'm like,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm
it
doing it.
me?
It's on the
Yeah.
computer. I don't or like,
Let me tell you what a keyframe is.
well, right, yeah, it's like, I
Yeah.
think they're trying to get on like, is this like a simulation versus an animation versus
Right.
So, and it took a long time to
That's
get.
funny,
basically.
dude. I had a very similar situation where I was called to the stand because of something I did, but it wasn't animation. It was something about it was a kidnapping trial, but it was a video file that was too slow. Like they played it back in a regular VCR from security footage of the confession of the kidnapping.
Right.
But it was too slow, so they made me speed it up, or maybe it was vice versa, like slow it down.
Yeah.
And do the same thing with the audio. So the whole question was whether or not that audio had been altered and why. He's like, "Did you watch the whole video?" Like this same thing. Like they are trying to discredit you.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Did you watch the whole thing? Did you watch the whole thing from start to finish for 2.5 hours? Then how do you know that hasn't been altered?" And I'm like, "Well, you have a visual representation of the audio."
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go pay my lawn guy. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
That's
That's funny.
yeah.
Gotta
That's
tell
wild.
him
though.
about Venmo. So yeah, that's funny, man. They sit there and they try and discredit you, and they try and because they want it to be submitted as legit, and so like the prosecution is just like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
Yeah, man, that's funny. So were they happy with the outcome with what you said
I think
on the
so.
stand?
Yeah, at the end of the day. I mean, basically, I ended up just describing like, yeah, this is basically no different than if I came in with a few dolls and just said like, it came in here and went out here, or like
Right.
something like that. So, that's kind of how I ended up describing it, and I think that worked.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why they try so hard to. I guess they're just looking for any reason to discredit anybody just for their case.
I mean, yeah, especially if they don't understand how like animation, like what animation, how it works, or like what it's
Yeah.
doing, or how if who's in control.
Yeah,
If it's-
because they're thinking, oh well, you're doing something to make it more persuasive than it actually is, or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
dramatizing.
And, right. And the vast majority of the time, if it's used in court, it would be demonstrative evidence. So it's not, it's not made to be actual testimony. It's basically checked
Right.
off by a professional and be like, yeah, this is basically what happened. It's not perfect, but it's like this is a pretty good representation. It would be the same if you brought models in with you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You
I'm out
need to
of
learn
breath. I
what
just ran
Venmo
upstairs.
is.
Are we still talking about depositions and stuff?
Yeah.
I had to help out. I had to actually help out the FBI on a
Nice.
terrorism case.
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
yeah, it was. So the original case had been dismissed. Sorry, guys, I'm out of breath. I ran
Did you get to
upstairs.
stake out in a van?
No. So here's what happened. There was this charity, you know, that you can't talk about. There was this charity that was basically taking money from people, and all that money would just basically go back to terrorism groups, you know, overseas. And so they'd have these big like parties and stuff and like reenactments where they're talking about killing people and stuff. And so this one of the main people in charge had all these videotapes of these things. You know, it's like the terrorist videos that you see back on 4chan or something like that, you know?
And they're going across the monkey bars and all that.
I guess I don't know that one.
Yeah.
But so one of the main people in charge like knew the FBI was coming after him, so he took all these videotapes and buried them in his yard. And so but then a few years later he sold the house, and the people dug up these things and they found them.
Wow.
And so the FBI went after this group, you know, for funding terrorism and stuff. And the thing got dismissed the first time around, but the second time around they came to us and gave us all these videos, and we had to subtitle everything. It was like 400 hours of, you know, Arabic subtitling to English that we had to do.
How do you even? Oh, you were putting.
They had a translator who would give us, you know, basically line by line, and as you're listening, you start to like catch key phrases and stuff, you know, and you're like, okay, I know what the rocks and stones are. All right, I know praise Allah. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, blah blah blah. And it's like that. I had nightmares about that project because it was so much work.
That's wild.
We've all
What
been
I want to
through
know
these
is
like
how,
these
What?
like
What?
we've all been
Okay.
through these trials of like the early days of
Yeah.
trying to get into the industry.
Uh-huh.
oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude, for sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
What were you saying, Tom?
What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just. What I wanted to know is how you forget your incriminating tapes buried in the backyard
Right?
when you move.
Right? Right?
That's
It's
like step one.
I don't know. I mean, I guess like you bury something in your backyard, you're not expecting anyone to ever dig it up.
Yeah.
You know, like
burn
why
it,
why in the
though.
world would I go dig up my own backyard right now? You know,
Yeah.
there could be a body back there, and I wouldn't have any idea.
Not until you
There is
try
a
to put in a
landscaping.
pool.
I'm hoping there's not.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Wow.
So
All right.
yeah.
Well, I don't remember where we were.
Yeah.
So after
Talk
that,
about
so
your
after
background,
the
your
reconstructions,
background.
Right. So after the
Yeah, yeah.
reconstructions, and I still actually do that. I still do those every once in a while for that same company because when I quit that company, they basically just became my first like freelance client.
best way
Yeah.
to do it.
Because
man.
I wanted right
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
and you know I'd been with them for a number of years, and you know we had a really good relationship, and they're great. So you know it made total sense to obviously just like you know I wanted to go freelance just because like I wanted to stop doing depositions basically
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
focus just way more on animation, which is
Yeah.
you know so you know they're my first client, and my first year of freelance was terrible, made like no
Yeah.
money, but
Yeah.
you know it was what I wanted to do, so I kept at it, and I moved back here to the Twin Cities, and it's only kind of recently finally the last couple of years like finally picked up. I feel like I'm pretty comfortable now, like I have
Yeah.
a good client base, and
Yeah.
you know
They say
I
it takes about 3 years for a business to really start growing.
yeah
And I can see that, you know, because
Totally.
Dave and I have done pretty well this year, and I think that's because we've built up so much of a base over the past like 4 or 5 years, you know,
for sure yeah
of people
totally.
and references and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, same. I mean, you know, once I moved back here, I kind of reconnected with some of my like filmmaking friends, and so I got
Mhm.
a lot of jobs through, you know, I made a lot of contacts through that, and like, you know, kind of came in contact with directors in town. So
Mhm.
there's now I have kind of a number of, you know, visual effects clients that I work with, or you know, do who make like short films, and I'll do visual effects for, or cleanup work or stuff like that. And then I have a number of like, you know, marketing firms that I work at or
Yeah.
do some work for. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean that's kind of you know the trajectory for the most part. Things have picked up, in the last year since I started doing Instagram, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But
How? Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about
Yeah.
your Instagram and the what did I call it? The virality
Yeah.
Virality.
of some of your work. So, if for those who don't know, you like there's been a bunch of stuff that I feel like I've seen online.
Mhm.
Whether it be through just the Cinema 4D subreddit. I know you post a lot in there.
Mhm. Yeah.
But also other ones like I know I've seen a few pieces of yours on the subreddit.
Yeah, really.
See, I always thought it was I thought the inflection was different.
Yeah. But there's a lot of you've done a lot of work that has gone viral, and I think that's what everyone wants, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one. This is
You haven't seen this? I had seen
No, I
this, and I
haven't.
didn't realize it was yours until I went back to your
See, and
Instagram.
Nice.
That's the thing. That's why I said at the beginning. I said, you may not know him personally or his name, but you definitely know his work because we've all seen it. Especially, I think I don't know if this one was the one that got the most views, but the automatic bowling ball thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dave, can you go to that one?
yeah.
Like, I
Always
saw
down.
that one.
There's
It's down, yeah.
There's different versions.
I've made iterations now. I have the Bullbot
Yeah.
5000,
That one.
the Batbot
Like-
6000.
When I first saw this, I was like, "Oh wow, that's a super cool machine."
Yeah.
But then I
Yeah.
started going through it and I started analyzing it. I was like, "Okay, this is 3D, but
Yeah.
it's clean. It is a super clean render."
Thank you very much.
I like that you even
And,
gave it like the CMOS, like you know what I'm talking about, like the CMOS sensor kind of the stretch. CMOS
yeah,
sensor
dude.
has a different look to it, and that motion blur
Oh.
it tends to
Like the rolling
smudge
shutter
things.
kind of look.
Yeah, the rolling shutter with the ball when you
So,
see the ball go. Yeah.
Completely unintentional.
Oh,
that's
really?
funny.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's a weird glitch that happened in Octane. I don't know how it happened. I tried to look into it at one point, but as soon as it gets up to speed, it the ball kind of flattens out, and it's some motion blur thing that I
was
don't
gonna
understand.
ask. Yeah.
And
That's interesting.
I know I tried to I tried to figure it out when some people were talking about it, and I tried to ask about how that was happening, but I think I came across it was some issue with the motion blur, or it's like a step before or step after, how you can kind of
Yeah,
it was something
exactly.
with that, so I'm
Yeah.
not exactly sure.
But it works.
But
That's
if
the
it's
thing.
working, it makes it look kind of actually a digital video sort of.
How
Yeah.
many views did you get on this one?
So
Do you know?
yeah, well, I posted it on Twitter initially.
Uh-huh.
And, that one got, I think it's up 20 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Most of those happened within a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then it crept up since then. But it was really funny because I posted it just because basically the reason I started doing all this Instagram stuff, it was right after NAB last year,
Uh-huh.
and I was just talking with everybody and seeing all this cool work, and I was like, you know what, I should probably start just putting some stuff out there. I've been making animations for a while, and I had a bunch of just personal animations that I had made, but I hadn't really posted anywhere.
Uh-huh.
So I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll get an Instagram. I'll start an Instagram. I had an Instagram technically, but it's just
Right.
I hadn't used it for 2 years. And so I decided I'd do some dailies for a little while.
Uh-huh.
So I ended up doing 100 days of dailies, and some of it was cheating. I had some earlier pieces.
Oh,
but-
if you hit 100 days, Beeple will give you $100.
Yeah, I heard
is that true?
I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
I know.
Casey Hupke called him out on it. Yep. You do
Does that-
100 dailies and you hit up Mike. he will
Posthumously
give you
though,
$100.
Yeah.
if you already did
Yeah, I
it
don't
before
know.
he said that, that's the
I don't-
question.
No, I don't think so.
No,
So
I wouldn't deserve it though, because I had a few. I was just sitting on my computer for a while. But yeah, so the Batbot thing was the first thing that really went viral, and it went viral because it went viral on Twitter, but then Will Smith posted it on his Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So that's when it kind of exploded, and I got all these hilarious I got a lot of followers, but I got some really funny messages people who were thinking the machine was real.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had a couple of offers to buy the machine.
Oh my gosh.
Or one dude asked me, how much would it cost to ship the bullbot to Kuwait.
That is so
That's
funny.
And I had to let him down. But yeah, so that was fun. I got a Snopes article out of it.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's funny.
That's really
Oh,
funny.
dude, that's like the dream right
Right.
there.
Yeah, it's great.
Because people are sharing it online, saying, and everybody's
That's
arguing
funny.
whether or not it's real.
Yeah,
And the whole scene, all these scenes, all of them are the whole scene is built, right? It's all
100%.
3D.
Yeah,
100%.
because some of your stuff isn't.
Yeah.
Some of your stuff you combine, you track.
A lot
right?
some stuff I'll just track. I usually just use like iPhone footage and put some stuff in there. But
Yeah, see, that's what I had thought with the bowling one. I thought it initially was just some tracked footage that you
Right.
put in there.
Yeah.
Go to the one of the guy jumping in the water. What is
Yeah.
that one?
Now this is from
Yeah.
a YouTube video where the guy originally he hits the ice and hurts
Yeah.
himself.
I don't know if he breaks his tailbone, but he hits his butt real hard.
Yeah. And so your version,
Okay,
you do
that was you.
yeah.
See, I didn't even
Yep.
know that one was you, and I'd seen that one a million times too.
that's probably
Yeah.
on Reddit, right?
Yeah.
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 The other thing that's funny is like when I first, I mean, certainly with the bullbot, like I initially just didn't watermark anything,
Uh-huh.
so it just immediately just flew away, and
Yeah.
Right.
But I find that these tend to appear other places with my watermark cut out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
funny.
There's no good way because people just crop it if they really want to.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like splatter my like watermark
Right.
up front or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only do so
Talk
much.
to me about the Thomas the Tank Engine series that you have done.
I've seen this one too. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that one. I don't know. I've always liked Thomas since I was a kid. Like I played, but he has a creepy face. So
Yeah.
He does have a
ways
creepy
about it.
face.
And I had seen there's a comic. I think it was Joel. I wrote it down. Joel Carroll, who had done this just this drawing on Twitter or something of like Thomas with his like neck coming out. It's like
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but it was like cartoony and funny, and so I wanted to do that kind of, or more creepy kind of version. And you'd seen like all those like
Oh man,
Gorefield.
that's pretty creepy.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, John.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
Sorry, John.
Yeah, it was cracking me up. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it a try.
You know,
And
it's
then-
really funny because like even before, I think Ariev was the one who connected us together. Even before that, or maybe it was because I had shown like the Thomas the Tank Engine stuff, and I was like, this guy's really good. I want to get him on the show.
Oh yeah, these ones I made recently. Just Chris Schmidt, he put out those sweet ragdoll.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to play with those. So I did a 2-video series of ragdolling some characters in movies I like.
Oh man, that's funny.
And so
Yeah.
you
Oh, I
just
saw this one too.
motion track
Did you?
it.
Jeez, dude. Like I saw this one just recently. This is
Nice.
the one where he.
The Star Wars.
Yeah,
And
this
this wasn't even through your Instagram.
Yeah, so it got
That's great.
this one got posted. I think someone took it from my YouTube and reposted it without the watermark and put it on Reddit.
Of
Because
course.
the thing that sucks is like Reddit is just like so fickle because I posted it first there on like the prequel,
Yeah.
and it got like two views,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the next day someone steals it and posts it, and it gets 30,000 hits, and it's like,
Yeah.
damn it, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did see this on prequel memes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
That's funny. Yeah.
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 How many Instagram followers do you have? Like how many Instagram followers have you gotten from all this?
So when I started, I mean, I think I'm like 70 something thousand, 78,000 maybe.
Man, I feel like you should have so many more than that,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I had like none when I started, so that's
Right, there you go. Okay.
I mean, really, when it's when Will
Nice.
Smith posted that thing.
Ah.
Oh yeah, that's a made in world machine.
A dick
Nice.
butt.
Dick butt.
You know what's funny? I
Classic.
think I did a dick button world machine once when I
Did
first
you?
got it. Yeah, just messing
Yeah,
around
nothing.
with it. But the thing is, I was talking to Ariev about your work the last night when we were playing Halo, and he said like the hard thing about doing dailies is doing animated dailies,
Yeah.
and you were
Yeah,
doing
well,
those. You know.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I mean, Yeah, it helps when I had no work going on. But that's one of the reasons I had to stop, actually, because I started getting work from doing the dailies. Also, shout out to David Ari. He's given me a ton of really useful tips lately, especially I've been building a new system, so he's given me a lot of
Cool.
solid advice.
What
Thanks,
specs, bro?
I just copied his, man.
Oh yeah, that's
So
the
you spent
easiest
a
way
lot
to
of
do
money,
it.
I
I
think.
spent
Yeah.
a decent amount of money, but it actually sucks because I think I picked the worst time to make a computer because I wanted to fill it up with a bunch of 2080s.
Right. And
Yeah.
now
And
tomorrow they're going to announce the 30 series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I bought one 2080 and then I talked to David about it. He's like, oh, that's the wrong one. It's like the gaming one that will overheat everything if you have a bunch of them.
Oh, that's
Right.
fun.
And
With
so
all
I
the
sent it
fans.
back.
Yeah.
And then I tried to order one on like the blower type.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks go by, it hasn't shipped yet. And this is like through Newegg or something, through a third party.
Cancel it. Just cancel
And
it.
the
And then I
problem
canceled. I was
too
just
is like
I asked what was going on.
the blower ones always come out later. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh, sweet, 3080s tomorrow. Okay, well, let me wait 6 months for the blower version of this. You know?
Right.
Unless they
So-
really
that
changed
one,
it.
that one that you were just doing with like the bend deformer and
Oh,
stuff
this
like
is
on
great.
it. Was that
This-
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah.
Was that motion tracked from footage?
Which
Go
one
up
now?
one a little bit, Dave.
Yeah. Did you
Back to that one. Yeah.
drone
yeah.
footage of this?
That's the drone footage. So that's Minneapolis.
Yeah.
we
That's
have
cool.
this. They have this tower
And
called the
and
Witch
so
Hat.
did you recreated that in 3D first?
Yeah. So
and then- Cool.
Yep. I did a 3D track in cinema. I did the
Nice.
scene construction with the point cloud.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Yeah, and that just, I mean, I found, like, I don't see a lot of people using the point cloud. I mean, I see every once in a while, but, like, I don't feel like a lot of people are using it. And it's so useful for, especially stuff like this where
Mm-hmm.
it just helps you line up.
How much
the-
is this is the point cloud then? Like these trees?
Oh,
or-
no, so
or the-
it's not, none of it's actually the point cloud rendered. I just meant for, like, I use the point cloud for lining everything up.
I
because you
gotcha.
can get,
For okay.
you know, yeah.
Gotcha.
And you can obviously do the same thing with, like, just
Yeah.
nulls and whatever.
Alright.
But I just find that using the point cloud is just so useful. And then, so yeah, I just rebuilt the tower. I painted it out a little bit, and then just popped it on there.
I want to
yeah,
figure out if I
that's super
I would
rad.
love to put a 360 camera on my drone so I can go get some HDRs. You know,
Yeah.
that'd be kind
Oh,
of
that'd
Yes.
be cool.
Oh,
That would be
that's
cool.
yeah.
Had some of the sculpture stuff on there. So I had there's this great site. So I'm into 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I've got into that a couple years ago, and there's this site, My Mini Factory, where it has this amazing section called Scan the World, and it just has full 3D scans of like literally thousands of famous sculptures
That's awesome.
that you can just download.
Where's
And
that at again?
It's called myminifactory.com, and there's a section called Scan the World.
Scan the world.
And oh, hey Todd, what's up? And but yeah, so I've been doing these 3D prints, and this is that same one. Oops, here it is.
Oh, nice.
So, you know,
Here, I'll go full screen
making
here.
these
Scan the world. That's cool.
uh
Wow, that's
Yeah.
rad.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it's just such great base for animation, and also, I mean, obviously for 3D
Absolutely.
printing, I've been
Yeah.
downloading these and altering them. I sell them on Etsy too, so.
Oh, cool.
What
Do you-
printer are you using?
Do you make a
for
lot of
that?
money selling 3D prints on Etsy?
Yeah, it's like good side hustle.
Okay. Okay.
And the 3D printer I have is just it's a basic Ender 3.
Ender 3.
It's kind of like an entry level, like
Mhm.
it was like $200 something,
Oh, wow.
and I've had it for 2 years. It's great,
Okay.
no issues really.
I've Tony Capalilo,
Mhm.
Capalilo. I'm saying it wrong. He just got into resin printing.
Yeah.
He's been doing the resin printing.
Mhm.
Holy
I
cow,
saw him
that is
curing stuff. You got to
it's
cure it with UV.
clean.
It is very.
It
Oh,
is
yeah, I mean-
super clean.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
detail you can get on that stuff is
Yeah,
insane.
it makes me want to skip just the whole printing and just go straight to it, right?
It's,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
hard
it
to
takes more
say.
work.
Yeah, it takes a lot
It-
more work.
You need to cure it, and like the chemicals can off gas and stuff, so it's not exactly great to have. Like, I mean, I have a small apartment, so I wouldn't want to do it here, but if I had a shop, I probably would.
Yeah, you'd want to do all that in your garage. You couldn't do it like I
Yeah,
have one sitting here. You know, no issue. But
Yeah.
that would have to be its own separate little area.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Storage
cool.
shed
Anyway.
in the backyard.
Right.
But yeah, I use Scan the World though all the time, and it's pretty great.
That's
So
super cool.
What kind of work have you been getting from doing these? Like, who comes to you in general from Instagrams? Like, I want you to do a gig for me. Is it?
Yeah. So, well, I get a lot.
I need you to
there's a lot of-
manufacture the actual bowling machine.
I need you
Yeah.
to send me this machine, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of it's, I definitely get a lot of, requests for like music video stuff, and I've done a few of those. A lot of it's kind of your standard. It's like, could you do this like 10-minute video? I have $100.
Right.
It's like, yeah, no,
Okay, if I have to.
Yeah.
right, yeah. But yeah, a lot of music video stuff. I've gotten a few jobs. With some directors out in California and some other. To be honest, still most of my work is kind of word of mouth or just kind of my kind of standard network kind of in town.
Yeah.
But definitely a lot of I just started a job with this marketing firm in Greenland actually, which I met through Instagram, and they're really cool, and it's been a lot of fun. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you get to like meet a lot of people.
Have you found a significant increase in the amount of work that you've gotten since like some of these posts have gone viral?
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, again, I think a lot of the jobs I've been getting, and most of them have kind of been one-offs so far through Instagram. But I mean, definitely since then. I mean, I just totally just gotten my name out there at least a bit.
That's cool.
And what do you plan on doing in the future? Like, are you thinking about doing any sort of short or something like that? Like, kind of with the same.
Maybe, yeah.
Dude, you gotta do a full series on the Thomas the Tank Engine.
I would love to. I don't know. I have to. I've had a few plans for at least some other just quick ones, but I would love to do a short at some point. Yeah, for sure. I haven't had the perfect inspiration yet, but
yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine what the story for the Thomas the Tank could be. That could be fun. You could really have some fun with that.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, there's got to be some horrifying origin story involving some chemicals or something.
Thomas had never seen such bullshit in his life. That's the meme, right?
That's right. Just
you gotta
up,
work
man.
that in somehow.
Just fed up and kills everything.
Yeah.
I like the thought that it's kind of the mix between Thomas and the Hello John stuff. I think you can really play on that and just get super creepy. Especially with Halloween.
Just hunt Sir Topham Hatt.
Right?
Yeah. You have to make it just slightly different so you don't get sued, right?
Yeah, I guess I should. I mean, I don't know. I feel like giving him legs and a long neck might do it, but maybe.
Sir Topham
Which fair use, right?
Sir Bottom Hat.
Yeah. A large controller.
Yeah.
Just make it Ringo Starr.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help us.
Like Thomas the Tank Engine is a decommissioned train, right? And he doesn't like being decommissioned, and then goes to kill off the people who decommissioned him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe he became like evil, and so they had to decommission him.
Yeah. It's getting very Beeple's people.
Well, I
sealed him up in a wall.
Right. Well, I have him in the Hannibal Lecter. I have a Hannibal Lecter animation in there too.
Oh yeah.
Where he's behind the glass wall with the.
That's funny. Oh man.
You got a great motion reel too. You've got some other stuff in here besides your dailies. You got some great work.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, a lot of stuff I've been doing. I mean, I try to keep I'm trying to decide if I should make my motion reel like super weird or actually have like
that's the stuff you're gonna
stuff in there,
That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, because on your reel, the way you have it set up is you do show some of these, but then you go into the corporate stuff. I imagine that's kind of hard to figure out how you want to balance that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to put it all there. I mean, at some point I might make a separate couple of different reels, but at the same time, just because I know that some of this stuff is kind of viral, I figured I should keep some of it in there.
Yeah.
For sure.
And there's that
You
Mixamo
got
animation.
you got a lot of rigging. Yeah, I was gonna ask if it's Mixamo stuff, if you're super into rigging, animating.
I I do not like.
Animating.
Well, I do some rigging, but you know, a lot of the time I'll cheat it. And I mean, like with the AT dancing stuff, I'll like that was Mixamo. I just used the hips from a dancing guy, and I connected the hips to
Gotcha.
the you know, did some IK stuff on there and
Yeah,
whatever. But
That's pretty
yeah, and some just classic Mograph stuff.
like you
classic.
do.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like
have
you do.
that. You gotta
Pay
show
bills.
that you can do that.
See,
Yeah.
you should have on the one where he's scrolling up on the iPad. You should have put your animation.
Yeah.
in there,
Oh, yeah. Just be Thomas full screen.
right?
What?
Oh, it's
Normal.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that one. That was for the Cinema 4D subreddit like
Oh, yeah.
thing. The mini
Challenge
machines or whatever, right?
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Ah, micro
Tiny
machines.
machines.
Love me some
Yeah,
micro
that one.
machines.
That one was another one where I used the point cloud really heavily. It was super useful for
Yeah.
that. And that's just like me sticking my phone out my window on my couple of bricks there.
Yeah.
You have a lot of VFX type stuff as well. You know,
Mhm.
maybe not even any Cinema 4D. You did have that one. What is the one? I don't know if it was on your website or if it was on your Instagram.
I love the name Coben.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah,
That's great. Yeah. And then the logo CO2. Yeah, I get it.
exactly.
I was gonna ask you about your, which one was it? Let me look it up here real quick. So you had a bird in a parking lot. Where is that one? You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about? And I was gonna ask,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is this just something you took with your iPhone?
Yeah.
Where is it?
So
Here
the
it is.
problem, there it is. Yeah, the thing
Yeah.
about doing dailies every day is that it gets to be 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, yeah, I should do something.
Yeah.
And you know, I had this video. I was sitting in a parking lot and take a video of a crow eating a French fry or something.
And then you
And,
just put the humping boy in the shorts.
I just put the humping guy in there because you know
Why not?
that'd be
That's
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
I had done.
Your motion tracking is really good.
Oh,
I gotta
thanks.
say.
Cinema
You
4D.
know?
Yeah, I think that was Cinema 4D. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That might have just been. I might have done it in Mocha and had him as a still.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
done it in After Effects.
Sometimes it's just that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
How many likes
also,
does that one have?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're not showing likes anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I could check, I guess, but
I think
Urban
you have
Polar
to
Bear
click
might do it, yeah.
others. Oh no, that's Urban Polar Bear. Let me hit others. I thought it said. Oh, only you can see the total number. All right.
Yeah.
I like the audio. That's the other thing I was gonna say. Like in the one with the bowling and stuff like that, you could hear people laughing at it in the background. Like
yeah. Well, I wanted to make it. Yeah, I feel like that's a thing that's often kind of overlooked in a lot of CG stuff. Is like taking the extra taking the extra hour to just kind of put some good audio in there.
I
and
love that part. It's fun.
I do too. Audio stuff is
Brings
great,
life to
and
it.
just have exactly. Yeah, absolutely. I think it makes such a huge difference, and yeah, I think it's I think I just downloaded some like YouTube video of a dude laughing or something, and just put there.
That's funny.
That's kind of like, it reminds me of the Nat audio and the laughing that was in some of Jan Sladeko's stuff, like the astronauts. You know, that's what it reminds me of when you hear people laugh in the background. Very natural, almost live YouTube video or something.
Totally.
There's this one child laughter. It's a young girl laughing. And I hear
know
it
which one you're talking
all
about.
over the place.
I know which one you're talking about.
All
I feel
over
like I
the
might know
place.
what you're talking about
Yeah.
too.
It's like or something like that. You know, when I was in college, we had to do like some ADR stuff, and so we had this DAT tape with a whole bunch of individual things, and so we had to fade up and fade down and record to our own DAT tape. And I must have heard that laughter at least 100 times. And so now it's ingrained in my brain. It's like
You're
a
like
Wilhelm
triggered.
scream for me.
Yeah, it's a Wilhelm scream of children's
Yeah.
laughter.
Absolutely.
But see, I think that scream is done almost like just on purpose now. I think people just throw it in just to see if people like us catch it or something. They're like, oh, did you catch the scream?
Yeah.
I feel like there's the same exact thing for a particular baby crying, like
Yeah.
that I've heard in
Yeah.
like at least 5 or 6 movies.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a Mack truck going by. Burp,
Okay.
burp. Like every time you're like, that's the exact same every time.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have one link today that I could give y'all. If you want my one link, I think it's probably, who was it? It was Lil Ryan. Lil Ryan shared this morning.
Is this his new part?
No,
is this part 2?
No, this is just something
Oh.
he shared this morning. I was just giving him credit for posting it. Lil Ryan, he's all grown up now. Frozen 2 Houdini effects, stuff from Houdini.
Oh, cool.
And it's a really cool breakdown on how they did a lot of the water scenes and just
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
giant, like the dam breaking fracture objects, just incredible sims. Like just like how
Yeah.
do you even begin to
Yeah.
do this kind of sim? It makes my head hurt because I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah, I don't think people who are doing water and fire and smoke sims and stuff like that are generalists like we are. You know, they've got to be like that's their main gig. You know,
that's their jam.
that's what they do. So
And I can see how it would be fun. I mean, I saw some of the sims that are in there, and it's like they're doing crashes plus they're creating terrain and using other terrain that the water hits to art direct what's happening and stuff like that. And you can just imagine what that takes to run that many sims. And hopefully, I'm assuming that people that are on this level working for Disney, they've got some ridiculous machine that's taking care of this.
They're on an
you know.
iMac.
Yeah, they're at home on an iMac, just
Yeah.
working remotely. But I can imagine it's fulfilling in the end.
Yeah.
But man, I
would hope
couldn't
so.
do that from day to day. I have to be able to hop around and be
Yeah.
be
I like
bad
the
at
more
everything
I like
rather
the
than
more
good at one
general.
thing.
I like the more generalist stuff. I feel like I can accomplish 90% of what I with the knowledge that I have now. The extra 10%,
Yeah,
and I just got to go learn it
or
just-
outsource
whatever.
it.
or outsource
Find
it. Yeah.
somebody who can do it better, right?
Right. Another link. Check out the Go Gorilla Filmcast. This week's episode that they just released yesterday. They got director and VFX artist Jeb Hardwick. You can check it out on the part of the Mograph Podcast Network. Go to mograph.com/podcasts, and you can check them out. This is a really cool episode. He's a big VFX people. They go into some of the nerdy stuff that we like to talk about as well. So it's a really good.
Yeah.
It's complimentary to the show today.
It
so
is.
make sure and check it out.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
fact, I'm going to insert an advertisement for them right now. That was good. Wasn't
Perfect.
It was
It was
good.
so good.
It was the most enjoyable version of that same trailer that I've already heard. Even though it was exactly the same. That was the best version of it.
That was the best version.
Paul, yeah, Paul's in the chat right now. All right. What else are we doing here? I don't have any more links. You got any more links?
All right.
You got anything?
Nope.
Anything you want
Nope.
to throw in, Tom?
Just a
Any,
bunch of
any
viral
cool
stuff
links?
that I've seen from Tom.
What's some cool stuff you've seen lately that you enjoy?
Yeah. What are your inspirations?
Mhm.
You know,
Oh man.
because you got to have kind of a weird mind to come up with some of these Thomas the Tank Engine and the dude air humping the bird thing.
Oh, totally.
It's like
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's obviously so many, really talented animators on Instagram. It's such a huge community there.
yeah.
Actually, okay. So the last couple of days, actually, I don't know if you guys know Felix Colgrave.
That name sounds so familiar.
He's not a 3D guy. He does kind of standard cartoon kind of animation, on I assume Flash or whatever it is now, and I love his work. His stuff is so weird and trippy and beautiful.
He didn't work on. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm looking at some of his stuff right now.
Yeah, this
Very
guy's great.
weird.
I've the last like couple days, I've rediscovered him and been just watching all the videos on YouTube. I really like Double King, which is one of the really good ones.
And this isn't just still; it's animated as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's animated. It's beautiful. But I mean, just in terms of like aesthetics, I think that's really fantastic. And
he didn't do what's the name of it? Has he done any cartoon shows?
I don't know.
Or anything like that? I was just curious.
Sure.
I didn't know if
This is beautiful work.
Yeah.
Is that you, Dave?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll bring it up. I usually have this thing muted, but no, I'm not sure if it's not who I thought it was. But you remember Super Jail? Super Jail was a really crazy looking style as well, but it kind of reminded me of that, some of the stuff that I saw. Not exactly the same though, but so this is all Flash, huh?
I think so. I guess
some
I don't
form of
whatever it is now. But yeah, it's just super weird and kind of
Yeah, it's
fun.
pretty. I love it.
Yeah.
He's great. I'm trying to think. On Instagram, I really like MBG Core.
BG Core.
Now that sounds
'cause
familiar.
They're really popular. They do a lot of kind of physicsy like ragdoll stuff with people, but it's using some engine that I don't really know. It's like,
MBG_core, right?
I think so.
Motion Blaster Graphics. Is that it?
Yeah, I feel like I have seen this. Yes, I have seen this.
It's just like people flopping around. It's great. And this thing, yeah.
That was
Yeah, with the
good.
plane.
So much.
I love this one so much. I've seen
That's
that around.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just some bend deformers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
That's
Yeah.
the thing, you just come up with a fun idea. It doesn't even have to be like that. It doesn't have to be super 100% mega realistic. You're just telling a fun story,
Totally.
Oh man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I can see how that can inspire you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love
Yeah.
them.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fun.
That super pain one's great. I'm trying. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's so many artists out there, man.
Yeah.
So
there are.
speaking of your influences, let's do a little thing called Mograph Recommends. We'll talk about
Do it.
your influences from other areas as well. And we'll start off and ask you these questions, and they can be your favorites from recently, or they could be all time. It really doesn't matter which. But
Sure.
we'll start with your favorite movie.
Oh, I mean, it's gotta be Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I have a very strong connection with that series. I think honestly, I was just talking about this yesterday that I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing today without the special features from
Oh,
the
that's
Lord of the
funny.
Rings movies.
Yeah.
Oh, you went back and watched them all, and
Yeah, well, because when they came out, I was in love with the movies, and I got all the extended editions, and
Yeah.
watched all 12 hours of bonus features, and
Yeah.
that's how I got interested in film in the first place, and all this stuff with like creating Gollum and creating all that stuff. Oh, yep,
Oh,
there
nice.
we go.
where's this photo taken here?
That's in New Zealand. That's at the.
So it's
Yeah.
it's
In the
the
Shire.
one, right? It's not a
It is the
recreation.
Shire.
Oh wow.
Wow.
No, that is the Shire. It's a funny story because they built the Shire, for real for Lord of the Rings, and then they tore it down after they wrapped up. But then people started figuring out where the Shire was, like, and they wanted to go see it, and they went to this farm and be like, "Where's everything?" And so when Peter Jackson went back, they said he asked them for the Hobbit. When he went back, he's like, "We want to build the Shire again." And so the owners of the farm, it's just like a sheep farm. There's like, okay, cool, you can do it again, but you have to build it permanently.
Huh.
Yeah.
And so we can host,
That's cool.
tours and stuff.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Can you pay extra and like do a B&B in that place? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I wish, man. No, I don't think so.
They could really bank on that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all the Hobbit holes are empty. It's actually cool though, because there's all the different scales there. 'Cause they have like Hobbit scale Hobbit holes and human scale Hobbit holes. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
cool.
when Gandalf's walked around, you can see,
That's funny.
And yeah, but it's a whole tour thing. So you go there and you can't like just go. You have to go through a company, and you walk through and then they'll feed you a Hobbit meal.
That's
And,
funny.
Yeah, it's really good.
Limbus bread, or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I saw a funny meme or something the other day that was talking about, like, it's been what, 20 years, 25 years, something like that, some ridiculous amount since Lord of the Rings came out, and then the fandom is still around, and then same with Harry Potter. Harry Potter's been out forever and the fandom is still around. And they said, but look at Game of Thrones. No one's talking about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like,
Bummer, dude.
that's what happens when you have a terrible ending to a show. Like, just the fandom goes away.
It
They
just
should
sucks
do a
'cause, like,
last season reboot or something.
Nah.
That would be, wouldn't that be cool though, if a series came back and said, okay, you know what, we're gonna change the ending of the series.
Nah, because then that's they did that with How I Met Your Mother, because
They did?
so many people hated the ending.
Did they really?
When they replaced it, when they did the DVD special or whatever, they changed the ending because so many people were pissed about it.
Huh.
See, no one talks about that show anymore. It was a good show up until the last season.
Yeah.
See, I
Well, it just sucks because like I take such great pleasure in like rewatching a show,
Yeah.
and now it's like, if you know it's gonna end that way, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I could watch the first few seasons again, I guess, and then just
Yeah.
so I don't rewatch Lost.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Lost was a great show, episode to episode, but man,
Yeah.
they
J.
really
Brooms
dropped
lost
the ball
interest.
on that one. Yeah.
Lost was like the only TV show that I ever watched like from the beginning to the end on TV.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
got so burned by it
I know.
that like
Mhm.
I could like that systematically changed the way I think about television was Lost, because it's like I'm not going to invest my time. Like, that's why I've seen like maybe 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, and I've seen like maybe a handful, like 1 episode of what's the zombie show?
Walking
Oh,
Dead.
Walking
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell
Waiting
off on
for
that
it to pay off,
Yeah.
Same with Dexter was another one,
Yeah.
All of them interest me, but I wasn't going to invest my time.
Yeah.
And Logan in the
for
chat
sure.
said the Hatch had me going for a while, and it did for me
The
too.
Hatch
Like
was
the
great.
it was a
I love
great
the Hatch.
concept. It was so
Right?
mysterious, and scientific research and secret government, everything.
I may have
Has this
had a
happened
rant
before?
or 2 about Lost.
Yeah. Now Kevin wonders if we've ever gotten into Breaking Bad or The Wire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Breaking Bad.
See,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Like, and I took a gamble with Breaking Bad because I've heard so many good things about it. I didn't get into Breaking Bad. I didn't watch it until like I got caught up to the last season. Like I got caught
Yeah.
up to the half season. Like season
Mhm.
5.5 or whatever. That's
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was finally caught up.
It's about where I got into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had a plan for a full show. It's great.
well,
Right.
You knew
speaking of
when they were
which,
going to end it.
what about your favorite TV show then? While we're at it,
Oh man. I mean, that's a tough one. There's a lot. I've just watched. Well, if everyone like favorite of all time, like it's probably The Simpsons. I think they've influenced my
Nice.
Mhm.
sense of humor
Yeah.
quite a lot. I think.
Classic Simpsons or like
Oh yeah, classic Simpsons. Come on.
How? Okay, I guess that should be one of our questions.
how
How
old
many
are you,
seasons into The Simpsons?
Tom? Yeah, right.
Yeah. When I stopped watching,
Yeah, when's this
probably
cutoff?
season 15 to
15.
16,
Yeah.
around there. I mean, I think
Yeah.
I petered out after there. Like I would watch every once in a while, and every once in a while I'll watch like an episode of like a new one,
Yeah.
but it just feels so different. And I think there's
It
The
does.
thing is, the episodes like, and here's what I found, because Dave and I will do our yearly,
Oh,
our
one
yearly
month-
Halloween.
1 month from tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. 1 month
Mhm.
from tomorrow. So we watch a Halloween episode every single day in October.
Oh, nice.
And so because now there's 31 episodes, I believe.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Well,
So,
I think,
yeah, I think it's
technically 32 because there's the one Halloween episode that's the canonical
Right,
Simpsons, and
right.
not the
Not the Treehouse of Horrors.
Right.
Right. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
found like The Simpsons is still a good show if you watch it, but it's just not the same show
That's the
that
thing.
it was.
Yeah.
It's still
still
funny,
funny,
it's still
for sure.
topical, it's still good, but it's not the same one that we all grew up with. You know,
It doesn't have the ironic humor that it doesn't have the Conan
and it's
O'Brien.
not like the whole thing was, Bart was a, he was a bad mouth, bad talking, whatever kid who wasn't good at school, and now it's just like, I mean, what is it? Now it's just focused on Homer and
Yeah, they have
how
changed
dumb
the...
he can get.
Right, he gets
something
dumber
like
and
that.
dumber.
And his humor has changed. His specific humor is different now. You know, it's just this whole silly humor and not like the sugar episode. I love the sugar episode.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites. You know, he's first in America. First you get the money, then you get the power. No, the sugar, then the power, then you get the women. You know, that whole like
those are prizes.
yeah. And he pulls out the British guy from behind the sugar. He's like, aha, hello. Where'd you get that sugar? I took it when you let your guard down for that split second, and I do it again. But you don't get that, like, just off the wall. Now it's just him being kind of dumb, and I don't know.
I did enjoy the movie. I thought the movie was good.
Yeah, I think you know what? That's probably where I stopped watching the show though. After that, like around that time, like maybe for a few more like months or something. But
but I mean, all the Halloween episodes I think are great.
Yeah,
they're all very topical and stuff.
Oh yeah,
like that,
I don't want to hate on the Simpsons now because they're so good, but it's just.
Flushing
but classic Simpsons. I mean, there's too many repeatable lines.
It's true. Yeah,
so many quotes.
I quote it daily.
Daily.
Yeah, hope I didn't brain my damage.
And I have for 25 years.
Yeah, and now nobody knows what it is except
I know
2 people listening.
I made a quote. So my brother, he's 25. Our babysitter who watches the kids while I'm at work is 24. And I make all these Simpsons jokes all the time, and neither one of them get it. And I'm like, oh, that's so depressing. Yeah. So I've gotten to the point now where I will pull out my phone and show them the joke.
Clip.
You know,
that's
so
the
that
joke.
They get what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah, that sucks.
Anyway.
It's like being a kid and somebody's mentioning Bullwinkle and Rocky jokes, or Beanie and Cecil, or the Flintstones or something.
Yeah.
You know, or Jetsons, Eep Op, or or something. Yeah. And now it's like the same thing, man. We're just getting old.
Logan in the chat says, at our family camp, I referenced The Simpsons to a group of kids, and they said, "What's Simpsons?" That's what I knew.
Oh man, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dying a slow, painful death.
Yeah. They don't know. They just don't know.
Why won't you die? He's already dead.
He's already. And I like similar to watching The Simpsons and stuff. Like I've made my kids start watching because HBO Max has released all the old Tom and Jerry's and all the old Looney Tunes ones. So
Mountain Dew and crab juice. Oh God! Oh, I'll take the crab juice.
I'll take the crab juice. But I've made my kids start watching like classic Looney Tunes and stuff, and like I realized how much it has influenced me in my life and like my humor and what I find
and how
funny.
racist the cartoons were.
I mean, some of them,
yeah. Some of
but
them
like,
were pretty
I
bad.
mean, it's like I love being able to go back and watch a lot of these old Looney Tunes, like the Tex Avery ones. Man, they're just so good.
Oh, yeah,
so good.
I remember being like 9 and renting like Roadrunner cartoons from the library.
Yeah,
every week.
Yeah.
It was such a treasure back then. Now it's so easy to say, oh, here's 20 episodes of this thing. But back then, if you wanted that, you had to record it yourself, and you'd have I had a prized VHS tape that was done in EP because you had to do it in EP if you wanted to get a ton on it. 6 hours instead of 2 or 2.5 or 2. And it was all Ninja Turtle episodes, all from different Saturday mornings and syndication. And it was like the holy grail. Like, oh, you can watch Ninja Turtles over and over. You can binge this. But people don't get it now. And Saturday morning cartoons, same thing. That experience.
I did the same thing. I had a legit file folder or a file cabinet that I filled with VHS tapes of only The Simpsons.
That's
Just-
funny.
yeah.
I would tape
I
it
had a-
every day at
Oh my
5
gosh.
o'clock.
I worked for a place where we did VHS to DVD transfers for
Oh,
a
yeah.
really long time. And we had a guy come in who had recorded like every episodes or multiple copies of, gosh, what is that? What's the is it Hawaii 5-0? Who's the mustache guy? Tom Selleck? What's the show? I think it's Hawaii 5-0.
Not
No,
Hawaii
no.
5-0. You're
No,
talking about
it's
not
Mustard.
MacGyver. It was.
Not MacGyver.
What's
No.
the name?
I know what you're talking about.
I do too.
Miami. Was it No.
Miami Vice? Is it a Miami
No.
Vice?
Miami
was
Vice?
like-
No.
Magnum PI.
Magnum
there it
it
PI.
is.
God.
Yeah, thank you, G-Rant.
It's all
Yeah,
the same.
no, Magnum PI. They had brought in like it was more hours of Magnum PI than the show actually was, right? And so he brought in it was 2 gigantic cases of tapes, and he wanted every single one transferred to DVD, you know? And
Well,
so
dude, you
we
gotta keep those
transferred it. It
commercials.
ended up being like $5,000 or $6,000.
Dude, buy
And we're
yourself
like,
a
and this was
DVD recorder.
this was when DVDs were starting to come out on like seasons and stuff, and we're like, dude, if you literally just wait a month, you can buy every single episode for like $100.
It's like,
you know?
no, it
No.
must be mine.
He's like, and he said, no, I want all the commercials too.
No, I gotta say,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
do enjoy the retro commercials. I like to watch old episodes of Wheel of Fortune from the 80s because it still applies. You can still do the puzzles, right?
Yeah,
And then
that's
you have
true.
like the 80s commercials in there, man. And there's thousands of episodes online. So,
It's funny.
welcome to Old Geezers.
Welcome to old geezers. Yeah.
Remember VHS?
Remember
Remember?
Super VHS?
Remember VHS?
Remember?
Did you use your SVHS cable?
Mhm.
S-video cable?
That's video cable.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about music. What are your musical influences? What do you like to listen to, and while you work and otherwise?
I don't know. I guess I kind of just listen to like random stuff on Spotify most of the time. I mean, it's pretty eclectic, I'd say. I don't really have like a specific thing I listen to a lot. I mean, like I don't know. I guess if I'm like working for a long time, just those sweet lo-fi beats, I guess. But
I'm with
you know,
there.
Or eclectic like Sunday?
yeah. I don't know. I like Sylvan Esso and like
Sylvanesso's good.
yeah. I don't know. I'm always terrible. Like I listen to a lot of stuff, but I never know what it is.
You don't know the name. Yeah, that's the thing about Spotify. That's the thing about Spotify.
That's
these
that's
days,
newfangled
you know?
contraption.
Yeah, it's like you just start a radio. And
Exactly,
You just
yeah.
don't listen. You don't
Yeah.
know what the names are
Right.
anymore.
Yeah, and
You
even
know?
after you favorite them, you're like, oh, this is a good song. You hit the star button, but you don't know
Yeah.
the name of the song or who wrote it.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
just put it in a playlist and then. it's like,
What's
alright,
really
cool.
funny is I'll get a song stuck in my head, and I don't know the name or the band or anything like that, and then
Yep.
I'll have to Google it, because
Yeah.
I've heard it 800 times on
Mhm.
a playlist or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah,
Do they have Shazam for humming yet?
I think so.
Funny story, they actually, in the very first early days of the App Store on the iPhone, they did have something like that. And it actually
Yeah.
kind of did work, and I used it once or twice, and
Really?
then it disappeared.
Mm.
really
I think
irked
you
me.
can do that with Shazam.
Can you?
I don't know if
Yeah.
you can with Shazam. Maybe Shazam
Oh.
bought that company up. Maybe that's
Okay,
why.
let's try it. Let's try it.
Do something, what's something good, You have selected Family Guy.
No result. Nope, you can't hum it.
Yeah. I think it's more that's based on more of an imprint. Like it has the waveform, it matches the waveforms,
Yeah.
like almost like on a
Exactly.
yeah, like it's mathematical,
Yeah.
Right.
as Adventure Time would say. What else we got? Podcasts. What podcasts do you listen to?
Lately I've been listening to a lot of Reply All. I like that one.
Cool.
Just kind of
What's that?
internet related stories, kind of
I heard that's a
like
good one.
Radio Lab. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's a good format.
It's different every time, right? What's the premise?
Yeah.
I
A
So it's kinda like-
podcast
it's kinda
about
like-
the internet that is
Yeah.
actually an unfailing original exploration of modern life and how to survive it. That's neat.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's kind of like Radiolab or something like that, but like, they just come up with, some interesting story, but it's often tangentially somehow related to the internet.
yeah.
Oh, and they're
Yeah,
weekly too. That's good.
Yeah. There's this one great segment that's called Yes, Yes, No, where two of the hosts will explain tweets to their other kind of older host.
That's funny.
who
That's
find
really
them,
funny.
online and just basically explain memes. And it's actually helped me quite a lot because you just be like, I've missed this whole thing, so thank you
That's
for
funny.
the.
Like an
explainer.
urban dictionary type thing.
It's basically that,
That's funny.
but as a segment, and it's every couple of weeks I'll do that. So that's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Let's see. Plugin. Favorite plugin.
Oh man, I mean, I use X Particles a ton. I love X
Yeah.
Particles so much.
Remind me to ask you an X Particles question once we're done. 'cause,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm having to create a snowball and I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
There's some good examples now, though, of snow that you
There
can...
is, yeah. Actually, I was this Saturday I was watching Bob Walmsley had a really good tutorial on snow, and so I was following
nice.
along with that. But like he starts off with it in one place, and then it just falls into place. I need it
Right.
to have like velocity initially,
Oh man.
you know.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
because I gotta throw the snowball.
Oh, okay.
you
Sure.
know. Yeah. Anyway, that's my question.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the time I just use X Particles. I just like throw out a like an emitter, pop some curl turbulence on there, and
Yep.
call it a day.
Yeah, that's me too. That's me too. You know,
No, I've been trying to like get. I mean, it's such a deep plugin that like
so deep.
I don't know. I could most of the stuff I'm using it for is just like surface level.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah. Yeah, I mean, but still, like a lot of the surface level stuff looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, no,
You
it's
know?
incredible. And being able to do like smoke and fire stuff in cinema now is great.
Yeah.
I've used that on a couple of like short films and stuff as kind of elements, and it just looks fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like 90% of the work that people are looking for X Particles people for, are some of those really basic surface level particles with
totally.
trails and whatever. And that's great, because that's some of the more easy stuff. It's like once you get into the intricate stuff, that takes a little bit more work,
Well, I'm really interested to see in the next, who knows when it's coming out, but the what's it called, Nebula,
Yeah.
from Copilot. Like, I'm really interested to see like once you can like do some simulations in X Particles, render out of like export out of VDB and bring it into After Effects and do some
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
there.
Be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that could be a pretty. I don't know. I'm really excited for that.
Oh, when is that coming out?
Yeah, I
I
know.
He announced it like 2 years ago, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
know.
saw a demo at
Right?
MDC a year ago, last January.
Yeah.
For the
I
first
think
time,
he
so.
did like 2019 at NAB.
Yeah.
Was when I saw like the first. I mean, I think people were talking about it before then, but that was the first time I had seen a demo
Yeah.
of anything.
Well,
at
he
20.
showed it off at in January of 2019 for the first
Yeah.
time in London, and
Okay.
everybody had their phones out and was posting it online, but there was no official anything, so it was just kind
Yeah.
of this
Like rumors.
viral thing for a while.
Yeah.
And then he did the official show off on the stream, but yeah, that would be so cool to see. Oh, and he showed off at NAB this year, I think, didn't he? A little bit of
Yeah, I
that
think he
too.
did
Oh, did he?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just being able to do some. I mean, just doing like some fog stuff or any atmosphere kind of stuff in
Yeah.
After Effects would be really useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Any 3D stuff in After Effects would be useful. To just being able to like skip the rendering and even having it real time,
Mhm.
But
Totally.
whatever. It's After
Headphones.
Effects. What are you gonna do?
Headphones. Oh,
Yeah.
favorite headphones. These ones right here. These are Bose Quiet Comfort, I think.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like them.
This week's episode brought to you by Bose Quiet Comfort 35.
Bose, sponsor us. Ding.
Bose, send us free headphones
Give us headphones because we talk about you.
Yeah. all the time.
Yeah. What about your favorite go-to app? Muscle memory on your phone. What are you always opening?
Oh man, I mean it's probably just Reddit.
Straight
Yeah.
up. Yep.
But
Reddit in the morning, hop over to
yeah.
the news, get pissed off,
and,
Yeah.
have to move back over to general.
better
And,
Yeah, exactly.
Back
I'll
to
switch
Reddit, yeah.
between different apps until they make me angry, and then
yeah.
switch to a
Yeah.
different one.
Yeah. Now, lastly, it's gonna be. Well, you have any favorite Reddits, by the way?
Yeah. Yeah. What's some of your favorite subreddits?
Oh man, let's see. I mean, I'm on the Cinema 40 one quite a bit. That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're very active in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't posted anything for a while, but I love that community. It's such a good. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
space. And let's see. It's great. I mean,
That's
classic.
awesome. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
weird.
Hmm? Hmm.
I think off the top of my
I've
head.
seen a lot of Beeple stuff on there too.
Yeah. Of course.
I think, and the biggest thing is I've noticed, and so going back to the virality, of your work and stuff, and people just posting it.
Yeah.
Have you made it a point to like comment and say, hey, I made this,
Yeah.
this is my work or something like that? Because
totally.
I know, like for example, the Boss Town Dynamics one with from Corridor Digital.
yeah.
They made it a real big point to, hey, people, stop stealing our stuff,
Yeah.
or at least give us
Some credit. Some dang credit.
some credit for it. Yeah.
No,
you
totally.
And I tend
I
to do
will.
that with Beeple stuff. Anytime I see
nice.
Beeple stuff posted, I always say, hey, this is the artist, blah, blah, blah. And I've
Yeah.
noticed more and more people giving credit where credit is due in the comments.
Yeah, that's really sweet, and I get a decent amount of that too, where it's like I'll be tagged in a lot of stuff just in the
That's
comments,
cool.
and it's like, and that feels really good. I mean, it's nice to like that people are kind of looking out for you a little bit,
Yeah.
and like like a buddy of mine, just like he was the one who told me that my the Obi-Wan animation was on Reddit, and I was
Yeah.
like, I posted it there yesterday, dang it, and then like.
Yeah.
But then I saw like he and a couple other people like they'd commented on there, and I'll leave a thing. I'll just be like, hey, this is me. You can follow me here.
Mhm.
Please include my watermark
Right.
next time. But I have actually taken down a few on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Especially because like sometimes they monetize it. And it's like, don't do that. Like that's-
Yeah.
So I've put out a few copyright strikes on some of the Thomas stuff. I mean, I feel a little weird about that because it's already kind of a copyrighted thing.
Right.
but-
It's,
Right.
it's satirical.
So
right?
but it's
It is
satirical. I
satirical.
feel like it's pretty fairly within fair use. But at any
Yeah.
rate,
Mhm.
I've seen a lot of that stuff just be posted around, or taken from TikTok and have someone else's name on it.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty uncool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've definitely done that a few times, and I actually
That's something I would encourage everyone to do. If you're on Reddit, you see someone's work that
Yeah.
if you're on Reddit or TikTok or any social networking app, and who the artist is, go into the comments and see if anyone's given credit where credit's due. Because
helpful.
This is our livelihood.
Exactly.
And Tom got some work based off of this. You would want to get work from you would want to get credit and work from it. So make sure and just look out for each other.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No,
So
it is really great. I mean, it's great to see when people do that, and it's
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Please do it.
the most difficult question of all is going to be, what is your favorite life hack?
Oh, my favorite life hack. Oh man, well I've just been 3D printing my life hacks all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I 3D printed a little shelf for my phone to sit while I'm in the shower. I can listen to music.
Nice.
That's funny.
It's nice because they're like 99% waterproof now, right? So
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's waterproof. And,
yeah. I
you know,
actually will scroll my phone in the shower sometimes if I'm just gonna like take a long shower.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
so hesitant about. Oh yeah, but your shower's like a long shower for you is 2.5 minutes.
Right.
Dave
Yeah.
is the fastest showerer I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like literally 30-second shower, he's in and out.
In and out, man. Just get down to business right away. There's no standing around.
Right.
Got stuff to do. But when I
Business
take a
taker.
long shower, it's a long shower. So I
Yeah.
do my phone.
That's funny. Man, I'm so hesitant. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah. All right.
do it
What
all
else
the
have you 3D
Listen to
printed?
music.
Yeah.
What else?
What other
I
gadgets?
mean, mostly it's just like weird sculptures like this. Took the Venus de Milo and stretched out her neck.
I like it. I like it.
And you know, just like, I mean, basically like everything back here, you can't really say anything. It's just, all this stuff is 3D printed stuff, and I mean, you know, just like little. Let's see, I made some little feet for my TV because I wanted to fit my soundbar underneath it.
Okay.
And it was too short, so I built some little feet that look like you know, this bathtub like ornate little claw feet.
Right.
Clawfoot
That's
tub.
cool.
So
That's cool.
it's a clawfoot TV. to fit my.
That's funny.
So yeah, it's all just like
That's great.
stupid bullshit in my apartment, but
Uh-huh.
it's you know, it's a lot of fun.
It's that's neat though. Like you're
Yeah.
able to customize your apartment the way you want it. You know.
Yeah, exactly,
That's
totally.
neat.
Yeah.
And I want a 3D printer. I'm gonna get one for Christmas.
You should.
I
they're
told my
great,
wife
man.
to get me that and a drum set.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Just print a drum set.
You're
you
gonna be
seen
right?
hating, you're gonna be hating life with that drum set sitting around the house.
That drum set's gonna be right back here. You know, that'll be
Yeah.
it. And it's not a real one. It's an electronic one. The kid can put on headphones all at
Oh,
once.
okay, electronic. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bad.
No
That's
way.
not
I'm not
bad.
getting a real one.
Oh man, symbols in your office.
Right?
Yeah, you're trying to like concentrate. Why isn't this render working?
Right?
Make it stop. The bows, they do nothing.
That's funny.
Well, Tom, we really appreciate you being on. Where can people find
Yeah, man.
you on the interwebs?
Yeah, I'm at Tom Coben on Instagram and Twitter, and my YouTube channel is Tom Coben, and you can see my website cobendioxide.com.
That's a good name.
And
That's a
yeah,
good name.
thanks for having me, you guys. This has been great.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you at some in real life meetups here in the
Yeah.
next year or so.
Once we can travel again, that'd be good.
Yep.
Sure hope so. That'd be a lot of fun. You can rate us on iTunes. You can leave a review on your podcatcher app thingy of choice. Let us know what you think about the show. Let other people know what you think about the show. So helps get our ratings up. You can subscribe to our newsletter as well. Don't forget to do that. Make sure you subscribe to our social media channels. Ring that bell and stuff.
It's me ringing the bell. There you go.
I got a little muffle. My headphone cable's hitting it. Let's see. I need more resonance. Oh, that's so much better.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's
Sound of
very
people
nice.
ringing the
Sounds
bell.
good.
Right?
Yeah. Every time the bell rings, you
Subscribe.
get a notification about it.
You will get a notification every time we go live.
Yeah.
Someone has just
And,
smashed
yeah.
that like.
Smash it. And then the newsletter, it goes out once a month, approximately. Sometimes a little longer,
Mhm.
depending on. I'd like to put some IBC information in there as well.
Yeah.
So that should go out pretty soon. You can say you've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, the Paul Babb Feel the Bab 2020 shirt. All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders. The Render Things T-shirt, hoodie,
2
the long
months.
sleeve tee. I know. We're
2
gonna.
months.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna update it. Yeah.
Or we could
It's
just
either
say
gonna
it's
be-
vintage.
Well, if he doesn't win, which I don't know, I'm feeling pretty strong about Paul Babb.
Yeah.
You know, this year. If he doesn't win, we should either do Bab Rabinowitz 2024
Four.
or Bab Omatola 2024.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
And is that it? Oh, and of course that render is fire shirt, which you're only
Yes.
allowed to wear ironically,
Unless you're shams. Yeah.
Fire. Yeah, go catch her presentation from last week, and
Yeah,
Julia's
good.
and Balake's.
Oh, and I don't know if we mentioned it, but Shams, she just released a marvelous pack, right?
Oh, yes.
This should have been in
was
links
talking about
because
that.
this is really good.
Yeah, send it to me.
She
I'll
just
put it in
released
links.
she just released a pack of marvelous designer stuff. Shams, I need to look it up.
Well, just look it up and send it to me. I'll
yeah,
put it in the
so anyway,
notes.
but I believe it's completely free, which is cool. You know,
You mean
just
fire?
a couple of
That's fire.
well, it's free, but it is also fire.
That's
Yes.
fire.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks again, Tom. We're gonna get out of here. Until next time, I'm
Yep.
Dave.
and I'm Matt.
And I'm Tom.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Thanks, everybody.
Is it open source? Marvelous Designer 10 pack. Yeah. 10 garments, walk cycle, male, female, this designer for their Limbic.